Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Thursday, March 16th, 2017 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is, as above, so below. I know God by knowing my light. And today we are continuing with this moon in Scorpio, and we're building into a connection between the sun in Pisces squaring Saturn in Sagittarius tomorrow. So building into that, we may feel that square building, but today the aspects are only easy aspects. So we begin the day with moon in Scorpio trine Neptune. So this is really strong intuitive energy. This is happening like 8 a.m.-ish Pacific time, but as it builds into that connection, you may feel that, you may get a glimpse of this energy in your dreams. So if you're watching this beforehand, pay attention to your dreams. And if you're watching it after, be like, what did I dream about? What is the universe trying to tell me? And I feel like there's a message, which we're going to get into. So that's that first connection. Pay attention to your intuition. This is an expanded state of intuition as that connection moves through. It's at 12 degrees, so that's that degree of expansion. And really, showing up for it, showing up for your intuition. The thing with intuition is, if it's really your intuition, it's not steering you wrong. And I have to say that it doesn't mean that things will end up the way you want them to. But the universe has a plan for you, and it's guiding you. So it's like, allowing the universe to lead as you dance with the universe. So the other connection we have is the moon in Scorpio connecting to Pluto. And this may be where stuff is coming up. So this is happening at 19 degrees. That is a 10. That is the worth stuff. And that's what I'm really getting in and through the cards is the worth stuff. So moon in Scorpio energy attunes us to the root chakra. And it can attune us to our fears. And a lot of us have that fear that we're just not good enough. A lot of us have forgotten that we are in fact a piece of God. We're a piece of the all that is. Everything is one, and being that everything is one, you are a piece of the oneness that is known as the universe, that is known as the all that is, that can be known as God. Depending what you call it, same. So it's recognizing your worth as such, as that. That moon in Scorpio, though, may be bringing up some of those shadows, some of those fears that keep you from remembering who you are. And this is so interesting because when I hear somebody going through self-worth crisis, or even myself, I hear the universe whispering, I see God in you. And that's an India Ari song. And I get it so much from my clients and people I care about when I see them going through these things. Like, I see God in you. I wish you could see yourself through my eyes right now. The universe is like, can you see yourself through those eyes? No. Human goggles, conditioning, big bad wolf conditioning card. That gets in our way. However, there's an opportunity for shifting this by recognizing those parts, even seeing the God, even finding the light in those parts that are saying that you aren't good enough. Because we're not going to get there by shoving them away. And we're going to get there by, okay, I hear you. And then that part that's being maligned, that part that suddenly is making you not good enough, if you can hold and hug that part, suddenly the light will start to expand from this place that you felt there was only darkness. It's an amazing transformation that you can take in any given moment if you decide to shift how you're going to think about it, if you decide to shift how you're going to work with this thing that's coming up. So often we go into that automatic either shove away mode, or we decide to take that trail. Oh, I'm not good enough. Here's why I'm not good enough. And I'm not good enough because of this, and I'm not good enough for that. But we've got Pluto on the job. Pluto in Capricorn, 19 degrees. Like I said, there's worth. There's worth in your heart by knowing the light that your heart offers. There's worth in moving into your divine passion. Gosh, you have such a lovely, amazing place in this world. Do you believe it yet? Do you believe it yet? Do you believe in yourself yet? Probably not yet. It's an ongoing process. I know that well. I'm still always in it. But Pluto is bringing that shift. And Pluto in Capricorn is shifting what's important to the world, what's important in showing up in the world. It's transforming the whole structure. And every time, even for a moment, we transform how we're thinking about ourselves, how we're thinking about our shadows, we can find God in ourselves. We can recognize that God in ourselves is always there. And, here we go. Break through some of those old chains. Rebel against the repression that is within. The repression, like I said, is not outside. The repression is what you really think of yourself within. It may have been conditioned by things outside of yourself, but really Now, as an adult, as a conscious being, it's up to you to decide if you're going to continue down that path or if you're going to break through those old chains. And so here's what I'm really getting, where we're moving into this scene of abundance. This is the King of Pentacles, and I love, this is one of my favorite Osho cards. This is Zorba the Buddha. And so he's very much indulging in the physical life because he knows he's deserving of it. And he's very much indulging in his spiritual life because he knows that that's where he becomes one on this earth at this time. So it's taking care of your physical needs as you are taking care of your spiritual needs. Getting beyond the guilt of not good enough. Getting beyond the guilt, I don't do enough. Getting beyond the guilt, I haven't saved the world yet. That's one of my big guilt points. I'm not worthy because I haven't saved the world. I'm not worthy because in all those other lifetimes, I didn't save the world. It's pretty silly. But parts of me, deep parts of me have been holding on to that. So it's recognizing, where are you holding that guilt? And instead of fighting it, instead of fighting the guilt or fighting that feeling, again, bring it into this moment, get past the conditioning of it, and see where it's really rooted. And from that place, you can do amazing things. So I pulled 2 Inner Child Fairy Tale Tarot cards. First, Big Bad Wolf. Like I said, this is the conditioning card in Osho Tarot. And so this is where we are the big bad wolves to ourselves. And this is where those shadow parts of ourselves can be the big bad wolf. But, you know, it's just a soft, fluffy little wolf. The conditioning is the big bad part. Like, oh, it's a wolf, it must be bad. No, it's just teaching you a really good lesson. So can you get in beyond that conditioning? Can you get into that lesson and see the truth in your reflection? And I'm going to actually read this because it's so good. There is a universal belief that one's reflection is a vital part of one's soul. It is said that reflective surfaces are soul catchers or doorways to the world of spirit. Buddhists accept that all existence is like a reflection in a mirror. Depicted in this card is a beautiful fairy seeking the deeper meaning of her existence. Unlike Narcissus, whose soul was trapped in his water reflection because of his vanity, this fairy is uniting with her beloved self. So there it is, taking that negative conditioning, the negative conditioning of self-love is that ego thing, and being like, no, I have to unite with my beloved self, or the aspect of her ego that is all loving. She sees in her own image the potential of her sacred beauty. Look at that. When we are ready for inner transformation, we come face to face with our true selves. Who is your true self? Are you radiant and glowing? This is a time of profound personal awareness and insight. Find a place of solitude and serenity and explore your hidden talents, intuitive gifts that strengthen you. Oh, there's the intuition part. It's all in here, all in this one little card. Perhaps you can visualize your true face. As one Buddhist koan asks, how does your original face look like? Or what does your original face look like? And see yourself in the glory and beauty of all you are, and recognize that you can reflect that energy right here, right now, no matter what you have been conditioned to believe that you look like, or that you're expressing in your life based on all the unimportant things like how much money you make and what kind of car you drive and where do you live and how perfect is your life according to society standards, because you will find that a perfect life does not a happy life make. So that is it for today. Book a reading if you want to dive in deeper, GaiaBlooming.com. If you are on the twin flame path, check out my blogs that I've been posting over at GaiaBlooming.com, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.